One thing you may start to notice with fear is that you have a very predictable pattern around it. This can really disarm fear because you start to realize, oh, I've been through this over and over again. Here is where I'm at in my entire cycle with fear. So let me show you an example of what this looks like for me, and you can think about how it looks like in your life, okay? So what I've noticed for my pattern with fear is usually what happens is I will see something that inspires me that I want. So maybe it's someone who travels all the time on Instagram. And at first, I might feel a little kick of jealousy, like, oh, why do they get to go travel the world? And so I'll let it go, but I'll see it again and it will re-trigger me or inspire me, right? Two different ways of looking at the same thing. And so this time, I might get a little more curious. I might move past jealousy and writing it off to, I wonder if I could do something like that. And then I start this investigative process of gathering information and learning how I could actually do it. And this stage is very, very exciting to me. I'm definitely like a strategizer and a planner. And so for me, I get very energized by this stage because I'm not so much having to do anything yet. I'm just collecting information, and that's fun and that feels safe. Okay, so that's like my second part. The first one is like seeing it, kind of wanting it, maybe writing it off, but eventually it's being like, okay, I'm curious, how do I do this? My second stage is gathering information, making myself feel safe that maybe I could move forward with this in my life. The third phase is where for me the fear kicks in, which is at some point after gathering enough information, it's time to take action and it's time to make this thing part of my reality. And this is when I usually see fear for the first time. This is when I'm like, oh no, like it was really fun to plan, but I don't actually know if I can go move somewhere across the world. I don't actually know, how to book this hotel or how to transfer the money over. It feels too scary. Who am I to do this? Like, is this too crazy? It's so far from what I know. So that's when I start to feel fear kick in. And that's when I have the chance to work with it. But after doing this enough times, I know that if I can work with fear in the ways we'll talk about in this course, I can move through it. I can lovingly find ways to keep myself feel protected and feel safe despite taking action. Then I do the big scary thing, and immediately I'm rewarded with this rush of energy of just like, oh my gosh, I did it. I'm elated. I feel so alive. I can't believe I moved across the world and I'm having the time of my life eating like tapas in Barcelona and dancing on the weekends and doing work from co-working offices and coffee shops. It's amazing, right? So you get that reward and that feeling after. And then you get to live your dream until the next one comes in and you see the inspiration in someone else or somewhere else for that next dream. And then I know the cycle will repeat itself. I'll be like, how did they have that? Or that's not for me. But if it's a true dream and something I think is meant for me, it'll come back and I'll see it again and I'll keep thinking about it. And then I'll know I'll have to act, and the pattern will repeat itself of gathering information. That's really fun. That's really exciting, but eventually having to take action and face the fear. So you may have your own patterns. Maybe yours are very similar to mine, where you're a planner, you love that part, you feel really good with a spreadsheet, but the taking action is the scary part. Or for you, maybe the planning is the intimidating part and you're like, how do I possibly break this down? This is so overwhelming. And you're someone who can just get out there and take the action, get it over with, but the actually planning and safeguarding feels scary to you. There could be all different variations of this, but I would encourage you to be really mindful of starting to watch for how fear shows up for you. Think about ways it's shown up before in your life for other big dreams that you have pursued and conquered, and see what your patterns were. Like, what stages felt fun, what felt safe, when did the fear kick in, how did you feel after you overcame the fear? Just recognizing that this is not a novel experience can be kind of comforting. You're like, oh, okay, the experience may be new, but the pattern is the same. I've done this a million times in different areas of my life. I know what to expect here. Something about that I think can be really soothing and reassuring, that like, this is something I've done before. I recognize this in myself. Here's my next move. It becomes predictable. It's like you don't even have your old tricks like you used to with fear. It's like, okay, now you're gonna kick in and tell me this. I know it. So I think that can be really nice to think about and just kind of regulate your own nervous system when it comes to fear, feeling big and scary, for the first time when it truly isn't. You've done this before. You got this. You know how to handle it.